How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a wonderful day. The thing that I find to be interesting to me is I've been looking at a lot of the weapon types in the game recently. I just made a video about whips, and I realized how little people use them and how it's only really useful on Ozma and stuff. And it got me to looking at other weapons that are very underutilized and not used a lot. And as you can tell by the title of this video, katanas are one of them. I agree. I actually almost think katanas are used, I don't even know, compared to whips, they're about the same. I mean, if we look at katanas, so we have one-handed katanas, right? And they're usable by a ninja or a lord, which, that's not a lot of classes. And then we got two-handed katanas that are usable by the swordmaster or the lord. So basically, two-handed katanas are exclusive to swordmaster, one-handed katanas are exclusive to ninja. And if you happen to have Lord Denim, you got some more options, but he already has a lot of weapon options to begin with. So, that leads me into my next point. With one weapon class being tied to literally one class type, you kind of run into, I feel, balance issues or problems, I guess. So, you know, I feel one-handed katanas, I don't know how to say about them. Like, their finishers, you know, we got Swallow Slash, which is a double hit, so that's okay. Thunder Wave is a thunder element, so, you know, if you match that, you get some bonus out of that. And you got Advent Sign, which is divine. I don't know if you want to have a, you know, light magic Swordmaster, but hey, you know, more power to you. You can buff some of the healing and stuff. But, you know, Dark Blade, Thunder Wave, Swallow Slash, Advert Sign, they're not that great. They're average finishers. You know, there's nothing really standoutish. I wouldn't say they're horrible by any means, but they're nothing really working for them. And then, you know, we look at some of the high-end, you know, one-handed katanas, and you got Bakasura, which, you know, it's stop proof, you know, darkness, dark averse, you know, that's level 46 or 43, and it's just, I can't put my finger on it. What would make me want to use a katana? You know, unless there's, you know, something that's really good. I don't know really any of the katanas that have the good stuff going for them, you know? Maybe you guys know some really strong one-handed katanas, but I do not know any that are just build-defining or really make up for the fact of one-handed katanas being kind of meh. The only thing they have really going for them is they do have, like, lower RT. So when you do use katanas, especially one-handed, you know, they're kind of like a dagger a little bit, but they're not as, they don't have the damage bonus that daggers have. So, you know, they're okay, they're okay. And then, to share into the problem, or I guess the katana, we have the two-handed katana, which only the Swordmaster can use, like I said. Now, the two-handed's a little bit better, because we got Stone Bloom, which does Petrify. We have Skyrend, which is just a damage. We have Ghost Wall, which is a dark element. And then we have Sun Blossom, which is Fire and False Strike. Stone Bloom's probably the best, which is the starter, you know, finisher. You get the first one. But Sun Blossom's good, too. I mean, False Strike, I mean, hey, free False Strike isn't necessarily a bad thing. And Ghost Wall and Skyrend are alright, you know, they have their respective place. And two-handed katanas, overall, their only advantage really is a high base damage. And when you're weak, the extra damage is good, but, you know, when you're at higher levels, the extra damage is really not worthwhile when all weapons are hitting for, like, hundreds of damage, you know? And they have no ranged finishers, so that's a bit of a problem. But like I said, the first finisher being Petrify is nice. And just thinking about and looking at the katanas in the game, I mean, you know, Ashura is alright. Ashura's pretty good. Sweet Blade, one of the high-end ones. Charm Proof's always good to have, you know. Fear Proof with Ogre's Bane. You know, but Light Averse on hit, Dark Averse on hit, Ice Averse, Water Averse. They don't really have any kind of status effects tied to them. They have pretty decent stats, though, on some of the higher ones, you know, so that's always nice to have. But at the end of the day, I think two-handed katanas are almost worse than one-handed. But like I said, I think the two-handed have better finishers than one-handed. But it's kind of like, what's the point of using katanas? And that, I feel that's what hurts the Swordmaster's viability. A lot of people sleep on the Swordmaster, and I've made quite a few videos saying how good they are, but they are limited to two-handed katanas. So you don't have a lot of build variety or diversity when it comes to what weapons you want to use and how you want to use them. You basically equip the best katana that you're going to need, and hopefully that's it. And same thing with ninjas. I mean, being one-handed katana users as well, you're kind of limited on them to a degree in the same vein. But ninjas have a lot more going with, you know, being able to do debuffs and stuff and more utility on the field. Overall, I just feel katanas hold back some of those, you know, I feel katanas hold back the Swordmaster personally, and it's a lot of the reasons people don't prefer to use the Swordmaster because of the lack of weapon diversity. I like the Swordmaster. I think they have really good kit, they have good skills, unique spells to them with the war dances, and I do quite enjoy them. But this is just me talking about katanas, kind of saying how they're not all that great, I guess, for the most part. Unless I'm missing something, I have yet to really get any of the good katanas. Maybe you guys know a really good combo with katanas. Maybe you know, the best way to make katanas work, what really good ones are to combo with your Swordmaster or to give to your ninja. That would really help escalate their power. As far as I can tell, though, I have yet to discover that, so hopefully this video you found interesting, just a neat little talking topic. I don't think katanas are the worst weapon in the game. I just find them to be underwhelming, and they don't seem to do what I want them to do some of the times, and that's why I don't use the classes as much. As you can see, I like Swordmaster, but I don't really use them. I don't even really use my ninja. So, what are your guys' thoughts on them? Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear it. Like always, I try to respond and read every comment that you guys post. So hopefully you guys have some good points to make. I'd love to see it, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Until then, you guys have a good one. I will see you later. Peace out, guys.